Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. My name is Cecilia. I'm a Nigerian food and lifestyle blogger and I live in Lagos, Nigeria. I just realized that April is Cesarean Section Awareness Month. I heard at the beginning of April, but then I forgot about it and then I got reminded towards the end of the month because I just kept seeing articles upon articles about Cesarean Section, and I felt like it was about time I do an update. So if you guys have watched my pregnancy and delivery story, which I will link up here, is it here or here? Anyway, you see the link in the description box. I did my pregnancy and delivery story, and the story was interesting, but my experience was just a disaster, and for me it was traumatic because for a long time I was scared of getting pregnant. You know, when you are afraid, like pregnancy is the worst thing that can happen to you. That's how it was for me, and I think I'm just slowly getting to the phase where I'm like, okay, maybe things will not go so bad the next time. It was just traumatic the first time. So if you've not seen that story, go and watch it. It was a couple of years ago. It was like in 2015, and now we're in 2018, and my son is about to turn 3. So I just feel now is the right time to kind of do an update about how I feel and what I feel like I want to do next, and just talk about cesarean sections generally. When I wanted to give birth, I imagined I was going to be like all those YouTube mommies. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and all I see is good camera work, you know, slow motion, the feeling of the contraction. You can see it in the camera, like you can see it on the screen, properly captured. And then the woman pushes. After a few minutes of pushing, baby comes out, baby is crying, everybody's happy, like beautiful birth and delivery story. But when it was my turn, that did not happen. I was so confused and I was not prepared for it at all. Of course, I've read about C sections before, but I just didn't think it was going to be my portion. I mean, does it happen to you? I just assumed I was going to go in, come out. But my baby was 2 weeks overdue. He was 4 kgs. Baby did not come. After induction, it still didn't come, and then the heartbeat started getting low and I was tired, and after being induced I was not progressing. I was like, what, 4 centimeters after hours and hours. So they decided the best thing to do is to bring this baby out, especially since the baby pooed inside. I don't know what they call that thing. I've still not researched into it, but he pooed in the belly. So the water, when they burst the, what's it called now, I still not researched. When it burst the water, that baby, the sack, the water that came out was very black and dirty. So they were like, the best thing to do is a C-section. I had the fear that, you know, when they are cutting it open, because I'm like, so you're not going to cut it open and bring the baby out. What if you slice the baby by mistake, like you didn't know the baby's hand was there, and when you were cutting, you just cut the baby's finger or something off? I had that fear. I don't know if I read it somewhere or I saw something about it, but I just had that fear. Also, I had the fear of blood clots because I googled and I read that sometimes after the operation, some women have blood clots and it goes to their heart, it goes to their brain, and they have a heart attack and then they die. So I was, you know, when they say paranoid. Another fear I had too when I was about to do it, because I had maybe just a couple of minutes to prepare to realize I was going to do it. Another thing was, I just assumed if they give you anesthesia, you are going to sleep and not wake up. Like, it's a possibility that you could be unconscious and then not wake up after the operation. I was scared about that. And I think one more thing I was just scared about, just the fact that when they cut you open, it may never heal. I had all these fears, but none of that happened by the grace of God. So I'm grateful. I'm still here. My scar has healed. It feels very numb. When I touch it, it doesn't feel like I have skin there. I can't feel anything. I can't feel like that place is alive. So it's just numb. And it makes me wonder how a next years will be. I wonder what will happen for my next pregnancy. And I think, which is why I'm having this conversation, because I just feel like I need to talk maybe to you guys, to other moms that have experienced it before. People talk about, would I want to do a VBAC? That's a question I get a lot, to have a vaginal birth after my C-section. And I'm scared. Let me not even lie to you. It puts me under a lot of pressure because I feel like I don't want to risk anything the next time. The first experience was bad. Can we just go in straight for this C-section and get it done once and for all? But then again, when I think about going for another C-section, I'm like, so I'm going to have another scar on my belly, and that's going to determine how I have my third baby, if there's going to be a third baby. Which is why I want twins, because I feel like if I have twins, we don't have to do this journey again. Like, two of you just come at the same time so that we don't have to cut open the belly again. So I think about so many things, and I think about the fact that, you know, once you have a CS, you have to give at least maybe 2 years before you have your next baby. So I'm thinking, if we don't have this baby in 2018 and we don't have it, and we have it in 2019, are you saying the next time is going to be 2020 or 2022 or something like that? So anytime I think about that, it makes me panic. And those are the thoughts that run through my mind. I get scared. I've seen videos of people that try to do a VBAC and it was not successful, and it makes me really scared. But also there are people that have done it and it was successful. But I feel like I don't want to take the risk. I just don't want to take the risk. Can we just proceed to C-section table and lay myself on the altar on the cold table and just bring the baby out? I think about so many things, and it makes me worry a lot. My husband has told me stop worrying, but I cannot help but think about it. The major reasons why I want to just have a VBAC anyways is you know, you snap back quickly. After my C-section, my belly was you guys, even when my baby was 1 year old, my belly was still like I was 7 months pregnant, and I had a very, very big pregnancy belly. So it was still like I was pregnant. And I feel if I gave birth vaginally, that would have gone down sooner. I don't know if that's true, but I feel that way because I see women that give birth vaginally close to me, and after 1 week, the belly is already going down. But for me, it was totally different. And I would just like to experience what it is like to give birth vaginally, because there is stigma attached to C-sections in Nigeria. I don't know if that's the same in other places, but they try. I don't know when I'm saying they, I'm talking of women, like my fellow women. Sometimes the comments people make, they don't think about it when they're making it. I've had people say, I had someone say to me that, oh, you're a very lazy girl. Now I know that you cannot do vaginal delivery in the first place. You are lazy, that's why you did CS. And I feel like that's not true. CS is not for lazy people. CS is, it was an emergency, so it's not like I had control over my body. It's not like they almost make it look like if you did CS, you did not give birth, you were not involved. It was like you outsourced it to another company. Oh yeah, you people bring the baby out. Me, I'm just going to chillax here and the baby will come out. Like I didn't do any work in bringing the baby. And sometimes those kind of statements can make you feel bad, because for a while I was feeling like, now wow, so I'm not woman enough, like my whole body complete, I cannot push a baby out. Is that what it is for me? So for a long time I felt like it affected my womanhood. You know how people describe how when they give birth, they're like, oh, like after pushing there's this power and this feeling. I didn't have any feeling. I didn't experience anything. I was in pain. I didn't have time to bond with my baby because I was in and out, like sleeping for 5 hours, see the baby, sleep for another 10 hours, because I was in pain and they were giving me painkillers and everything. So I didn't experience that sense of whatever it is they're describing. And I feel I was robbed of that opportunity to feel it. And that's kind of like the major reason to want to do a vaginal birth. But I'm not going to kill myself because baby na baby. Or when you see children that are giving birth to via C-section and other kids, they are no different. There's really no difference, because people make it look like, oh, you didn't complete the work, you carried pregnancy but you didn't complete the work. But that's not true. And I find myself getting jealous sometimes when I see people that have had vaginal births and everything was so smooth, and I just ask myself, like, why couldn't I do that? Why couldn't that have been my situation? But I can't change anything, and this is life. Anyhow you bring a baby to this world is valid. I hear some people these days talking about IVF and how IVF babies are not real babies. They are babies at the end of the day. The fact that it did not go the way it was supposed to go does not mean it does not mean it's not real. Do you understand? The fact that I didn't push the baby out does not mean I didn't give birth. We all give birth. It's just through different channels. Sometimes when I talk about CS to some people, I feel like I'm being dramatic. It can look like I'm dramatic, but it's not dramatic. When you come to Nigeria, or when you see some Nigerian women, or when you hear stories of women that die because they refuse CS, that's when you know that this thing is beyond this talk we are talking, that is beyond these comments, because a lot of women, they've had these comments and that's the reason they don't want to do CS. There are so many reasons why people don't want to do CS. First of all, they want to give birth like the Hebrew women, which is what I was trying to do as well. I remember when we told our pastor we were going to do the CS, everybody was praying, it is not your portion, it is a rebuke it, but we still did it. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that mother and child are doing well. Also, CS can be expensive. It is not like a normal delivery, so it can be expensive, and that's why people don't want to do it. Like, I wouldn't choose a more expensive birth option if I can give birth vaginally, but there's no choice most of the time. Another reason why women shy away from CS is because it is scary. Let us not lie. Have you been on that operating table before? It is one of the scariest experiences for me ever, because there's so many people. The table is cold. It was like iron. Do you understand? Cold table. People everywhere. Bright lights. You just feel so exposed and you can't do anything, because they're cutting your belly open and you are awake for the procedure, so you can kind of see what is going on. It's just, I don't even want to remember. It's just really scary. So I think that's one reason why women shy away from it. And sometimes when they shy away, it can lead to the case of mommy dying, baby dying, just leads to a lot of complications. So I can't blame them for being scared, but the thing is, you have to do what you have to do for you and your baby to be safe. And I think, like I said before, because of the judging, they don't want to do it because people will judge them, tag them. If you hear what people have told me because of this CS thing, sometimes I just let it come through this ear and go out the other ear, and I don't care at this point anymore. I just want to be alive, and I just want my baby to be alive. Anything you have to say about it, I don't care anymore. Have you watched Yoruba movies where they're talking about CS? It's like a death sentence. And I feel that's where the mistake comes from. And women make choices, and some husbands don't give consent, and some women die, babies die, complications. That's why I'm making this video, so that there's more awareness about the issue, and then we're more sensitive to CS moms, because it's not easy. Women, we do these things to ourselves a lot. We are the ones that put ourselves in groups, camps, and all these segregation that we really do not need, and that hurts us at the end of the day. I feel CS does not, like, the way you give birth to your baby does not define motherhood, because they make it look like if you did not do it vaginally, then you did not do it well, or you did not do it at all. I feel whatever passage the baby comes out from, everybody still experiences motherhood. It's just different feelings for each person, or different experiences for each person. And at the end of the day, isn't the most important thing that the mother and baby are alive and they are doing well? I feel that should be the point of focus, instead of, oh, did you do CS? Are you lazy? You're not woman enough? All these stories about CS that I hear left, right, center. And every time I hear about a woman dying just because they took so long to agree to a C-section, it just makes me heartbroken. If you've had a CS delivery, let me know. Let me know what you're thinking about your next one, because I'm currently at that stage now, thinking, oh, what are we going to do? Are we going to do FC? Let me know. Like, I'm not even thinking about what we are going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm just telling you people my thought process. I'm just telling you my thought process. I remember telling someone that I was going to do a CS for my next one, and the person said, you don't have faith. How do you prove you're a Christian? This, I'm not about to kill myself to prove anything. Please, just let me have my baby in peace. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would like to read about your experiences, because I'm sure there are a lot of moms on my page. My analytics tell me that there are a lot of moms on my page. So I would like to see your comments below. Tell me what you think about CS. Tell me about your experiences. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.